Why is it that we feel sorry for bullies and narcissists? It's basically a trick or a trap. It is the enemy using our empathy against us as a weapon. As an empathic soul, you know very well what it's like to be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes. You feel feelings on a deeper level, you feel emotions on a deeper level. And a lot of times you will feel quite sorry for a bully or a narcissist, even if they are doing you wrong, even if you see them do other people wrong. And that is because you can look at them and desire to see the best in them. You don't want to believe that they are some type of evil person, some type of monster. You hold out for hope that there is some level of good in them. Your mind cannot comprehend how could a human being not have any goodness in them somewhere. A lot of times, as an empath, you can really look at somebody and see their hurt. If you know that the person has been through something traumatic, it automatically signals to you the trauma that happened in your life. And so you readily make yourself available to empathize with the person. A lot of times you feel like they're acting out, if you will, because of the trauma that they've gone through. So while you, as an empath, will hold your feelings in and nurture yourself, bullies and narcissists do hold their pain in as well. But unlike you, they take it out on other people. And so, as an empath, you tend not to focus on the fact that they take their pain out on other people. You tend to focus on the fact that they are in pain. And a lot of times you will injure yourself and hurt yourself trying to fix their wounds. I have a family member that drives me crazy till present day. When I was a child, this particular family member bullied me quite a bit as a child. As a child, there was nothing I could really do about it. But present day, I'm still bullied. But for some reason, I still feel like the child under the age of 12. I still feel like that child whenever I'm bullied to this day. And I still feel like there's nothing I can do to stand up for myself. This particular family member engages in bulldozer type of activity, has a bulldozer type of personality style. They call me twice a day as if I don't have my own life to live. And a call in the morning and a call in the evening. So it's basically while I'm trying to get ready to go to work, getting my son ready in the morning, and also when I get off work. So it's like I'm really not catching a break. And I do feel sorry for this particular family member because I feel that they are lonely. And I know what it's like to be lonely. So I try to help or shelter in that way. But really, what I'm doing is contributing to my own unhappiness. The enemy knows that you have a soft heart. They know that you have tender spots. They know that you care. They know that you are genuine. They know that you are very loving. And they will milk that to the 25th power. Selfish people feel like they are more important than you. They don't care what you have going on. They don't care about your life, really. They basically care about getting their needs met. That's it. And that's all. Your empathy very much makes you feel sorry for a bully or a narcissist because you don't want anybody else to hurt the way that you hurt or have hurt. and you're very busy trying to be a superhero. You're very busy trying to shelter people from their pain. But then in the end, there's no one to shelter you from yours. Another thing about this particular family member is they call me names. And it's done in a roundabout way. It's done in a way that, like, they're making a joke. It's always hurtful and it's never funny. And it's always shocking to me every time I hear it. So, in addition to the ex-spouse, the ex-narcissist calling me a fat bee, I also have a family member that refers to me as that. And it stings very much. It hurts quite a bit. And I find myself not being able to say much after they say it. I find myself not being able to defend myself, not really knowing how to, because, like I said, there's this feeling of I'm still this young girl. I just revert back to that helpless feeling, of a child. And a lot of times, if it is an older family member, you feel like you have to respect your elders. You can't really say much. This is just the way that they are. This is how they've always been. You make all types of excuses for your family because they're family. You know, it's not right. But it's definitely something that you have to learn to. You have to learn how to stand up for yourself in the end. It can be a difficult thing because you want to get along with family. You don't want there to be any bad blood, so to speak. You don't want the awkwardness when you come to visit, when you have family gatherings. Try your best to keep the peace because as an empath, you are a peacekeeper. And so what I found myself doing is distancing myself. Pretty much classic runaway behavior. As soon as I got to be a teenager and of age, I purposely went to a school that was a few hours away from my hometown. And I've been gone ever since then. I haven't come back to stay, to live there. I just keep my distance. And that is my way to shield myself from as much hurt and pain and bullying as I can. There again, bullies don't really like to let you go. They like to hang on to you. And so hence the phone calls every day. And for some people, they can say, well, why don't you just not answer the phone? Sometimes I don't answer the phone. But the thing is, we know that bullies are persistent. They will call you over and over again, back to back. And another thing is, they feel like because you were there for them in the beginning, because you allowed yourself to be their punching bag, they feel like you should just continue to do that. And so that's their approach about it. There's lots of suffering that empaths do just for the sake of keeping peace, just for the sake of trying to uplift other people. We take on quite a bit. We suffer inside. And a lot of times we suffer in silence. We take on other people's hurt and we add it to our own hurt. And it's just sadness on top of sadness. And it's just sometimes, like I said, it's a trap. It's sometimes very, very hard to get out of. So feeling that sense of obligation to the narcissist or the bully is another thing that keeps us kind of feeling sorry for them. We take on a lot of unpleasant experiences with them just for the sake of saying that they're family. This particular family member engages in a lot of crude behavior that I feel that I have to endure, because that's just the way that they are. That's just the way that they've always been. Lots of crudeness. When there is a phone call, this particular family member is belching very, very loudly into the phone. Like, I want to hear that. Crudeness like that. Lots of crude speech. Very, very, very extremely crude speech. It's very tough to deal with. I will continue to pray about this situation, and I will continue to bear with this family member as best I can, and I will continue to do what I can to escape. But I can tell you, it's definitely an active struggle right now. None of us are perfect. Some of us are still working through our problems. Some of us are still trying very, very hard to figure things out, to figure out how to solve and resolve our problems. And so that's just part of it. Another thing that makes us feel sorry for a narcissist or a bully is our ability to see the truth. A lot of us can look past the facade that they try to put up. We can look past the wall. We can look past the mask. We can look past the dirty, nasty, low-down treatment that they give you. And you can see that true person there. You can see that true self. The true spirit behind these people. Some of these people are extremely hurt. And sometimes as an empath, you can see that hurt. You can see that trauma. And you can relate to it. And that will have you feeling sorry for them. That will have you making excuses for them. Explaining away their behavior. Even accepting it because you feel like you know the reason for the behavior. When I was married to the narcissist, he explained to me that he saw his father stay out late on his mom. And he said to me that was his reason for staying out late on me. You can feel sorry for a narcissist or a bully, but it doesn't have to be the excuse for hurting you or getting over on you or making you feel less than. Each person must take their own responsibility and their own accountability. Yes, we've had things to happen to us, but empaths choose not to take their pain out on other people. And any other person can do the same thing. Psalms 141, 9 and 10. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and the gins of the workers of iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, whilst that I withal escape. And that's how it's going to be for us, chosen ones. The trap that the enemy sets for us will be the one that he falls in. God has promised to always give us a way of escape. They can set the trap, but we will escape. They can form the weapon, but it will not prosper against us. Psalms 57:6. They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me, into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. So there again, we are reminded of every time the enemy digs a ditch for us, that is the one that they will fall in. Here's a good scripture for when people are getting on your nerves in general, when the enemy is bothering you or pestering you. Psalms 91:3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. God is our deliverer. He will deliver us from things that bother us, from things that frustrate us, and from things that get on our nerves. So, chosen ones, remember, there is no amount of sorrow that is going to keep you in the hands of the enemy. There is no trap that the Lord will not set you free from. And there is no pit too dark to where the marvelous light will not reach you.